All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Kakadash, double ones to the apostles of GMS, and a sincere Shalom to the brothers out there pushing this truth in sincerity, and Shalom to the elect. And just a couple minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, Memorial Day just ended. And we, we and some of the Akim was talking about it, but we noticed that Jake don't really care for holidays. They just only care about the food or what they can do because it's their day off. They don't have to go to work, so they're going to take the opportunity to just jump into whatever. But that's just the mindset of Jake in general. Here it is, Memorial Day, and what are we remembering? All the things Christopher Columbus did, how this place was supposedly established. Do see this is the reference their memorial. The word to go to the memorial means to remember. To remember the things of what which was past. But this how should I say it? But they would never really consider our history of how we was enslaved because one, they don't tell you the whole truth. Just like in school, they are highly restricted to tell a child how slavery really happened, what was going on in it. They gave what the in Washington D.C. The Black Museum for Black History Month, and all of a sudden you got Jake Gordon there. They'll pay money just to get in there, just to see. Okay, these are statues of premature agonizing moment, but they don't show you the full amount of statues of what they was doing or how this person died. You mean to tell me one month Jake is all of a sudden supposed to care about his history of being a slave? But Jake don't care about that. The first thing Jake likes to give you is um what's the word? That's so old. Would you? We're moving up. And they use that. These people don't fail to understand that your slavery from back then is technically no different from right now. You get messed up on both ends. Just because you go from one physical slavery to a mental slavery doesn't change anything. If anything, it's actually worse. But this is the things that these schools are supposed to tell you, but they don't tell you a lick of thing. So I found this article basically going into it because I was looking at how much history wasn't being taught about slavery, and they pop up with articles. Every single one of them popped up with an article. One of them I found, I forgot what the last one I found, saying basically how slavery was necessary to build this place, and it was spot on. And in any kingdom, you need slaves to build an empire. Slaves, regular workers, you name it. We need actual workers there doing their job, and that's what we're doing. We're doing our job. But Esau likes to push everything back. So this is the teaching. It says teaching America's truth. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing because it's pretty long. Um, it says for generations, children have been spared the whole terrible reality about slavery's place in the U.S. history. but some schools are beginning to strip away the deception and evasions. It says, pacing his classroom in north central Iowa, Tom McClellan prepared to deliver an essential truth about American history to his 8th grade students. He stopped and slowly raised his index finger in front of his chest. He says, think about this. For 246 years, slavery was legal in America. It wasn't made illegal until 154 years ago. The 26-year-old teacher told the 23 sitting students before him at Fort Dodge Middle School. So what he asked, so what does this mean? What does that mean? It means slavery has been a part of America longer than it has been part. It says it means slavery has been part of America much longer than it hasn't been part of America. And it's absolutely true, because guess what? Slavery is still also going on today. The slavery has not gone anywhere. You just shifted from a physical to a mental. Because once we're physically already broken, well, what else do you need to do? Now it's just to go to the mental. It's your next best bet. What they call it? See, right. So you fast forward all the way up to today. That is a list of things that's still oppressing our people. You had the physical whip that was hitting us back then from our slave masters, and now you got the mental whip that's going down on us from, mind you, list things: working, not having enough to be able to pay the bills, or we could say the police that has to enforce everything they got to do, even if it's something they don't have to do. They could just have a bad mood and just say, I'm gonna mess with this guy and see what he's gonna do. So, funny enough, I found this chart. It says when you personally see a police officer, does it usually make you feel more or less secure? So, when you start with the whites or Caucasians, the black means more secure. No effect is gray. Purple is less secure. So for Caucasians, it's 32% more secure, 46% less no effect, and 22% less secure. For blacks, it says 5% more secure, 35% no effect, and 60% less secure. But basically, Latinos is 19% more secure, 49% no effect, 31% less secure. And other, 27% more secure, 48 no effect, 25 less secure. So when you look at these charts, this is a pretty much an issue, because you got the blacks and Latinos who technically has the lowest in more security, but the highest in less security, which goes to show you that we are still being oppressed. Which means, for you people that think you're not in slavery, yes, you are. Because why else would you have to bring up some moment of BLM or all your black religion leaders? If you wasn't oppressed, why would they be here in the first place? That goes to show you that these people don't understand how the mental mind works, let alone the spiritual aspect of it. So I'm gonna get the scriptures. This is Micah 2:1. Actually, scratch that. I'm gonna go to Psalms 83:4. It says they have said, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." And that's what exactly what they did to us in slavery. They beat our heritage out of us and said, "Okay, now that y'all had enough, we're going to give you some more of the mental slavery." And Esau has literally cut us off from being a nation. Because guess what? We can't. We're the most. I'm talking about any Israelite on the tribe sign is the most of any nation that will give each other hell. Especially Judah, especially when they say black on black crime. That's all you hear. That's the highest one. Then you have other countries that, mind you, are that have Jake in it, still doing the same thing. We black people party, Mexicans party, fucking Irish party. We do a list of things that are always the same, but these will still be the same people that will still fight against each other. Why? Because one, we're not in our rightful rulership. Two, the Lord's not even here. You call this place some type of great thing. You people want to say, "Oh, you need to move on. This, and that." Well, you can't move on when the same thing is still happening. There's nothing great about this place. That's why it's falling down the drain. This place was great for all its wickedness, which it still is, but it's going to get destroyed. It's just that simple. But Esau is always coming up with some form of antics to keep these people entangled in a box. So when BGF fails, where to go to next? Malcolm X fails, where to go to next? Martin Lucifer King, where do I go to next? See how people hop from leader to leader, thinking they're gonna have an answer, and it never works. If we were to last, I don't know, maybe another 50 years of doing the same thing, mind you, of doing the same thing, these people wouldn't pay no attention to it. That's because Esau's got their minds trapped. This is Isaiah 42:22. It says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses." And this is exactly what goes on today. We've been robbed of our identity and spoiled with all these philosophies, ways of living in this society. But they've been snared in all these holes because it's exactly what it is. These holes is the less of the understanding that our enemy don't like us. There's no such thing as our enemy loving us. We've been put into slavery for a reason. We've been kept here ever since. So when it comes to our people having understanding, it's just not there. Esau has always been manipulating the media, the news, well, which ties in with the media, anything that goes on with the computers, even medical bills, anything he could tap your info into, you're pretty much already done. There's no such thing as privacy in the society, as these people like to say. Hell, if there was privacy in your in that, why do you have bank cards that track everything you just spent? Sure, it's good to have just for you, but why is that a thing, really? This is Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." And that's exactly what he's always been known to do. He's always been 20 steps ahead of the game. Esau is like the pimp of America. I'm talking about them elites. They are the pimps of they are the pimps of America. Because guess what? Who's what average citizen is going to be able to change the law of what goes on around here? None. Esau's always devises some form of iniquity. He creates a problem to come with a solution, and then you people gravitate to it like, yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. They just end up failing to understand it. So that's why a lot of our people is going to get what they're going to get. So that's pretty much all I wanted to go into, because sometimes it just irritates you seeing that these devils can get away with these things, but it's all a good thing, because Esau's going to get put right in his place when this place is destroyed and he goes into slavery. So that's pretty much all I wanted to go into. So with that, Shalom.